Member of the amazing trio that is BBS Broker. So it's you and your two sisters. That's what I love about you. It's such a family affair. And you three grew up right here in the Coachella Valley. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, we're all local desert natives. We went to school out here, and we're so happy to be working and serving our community. I
love that. Yeah, I met Sada, and I was like, I have to have you guys on to talk about real estate. So we all know that the real estate market has been absolutely crazy this past year during the pandemic. How are things, do you think, going to be going through the rest of the year? I have a friend who's dying to move to the Coachella Valley, but prices are so high, and he's like, I don't know if now's the right time. What would you tell someone like that who does want to relocate here to our desert?
I think for buyers, this is really more of a marathon than a sprint. Inventory is super, super low still. At the beginning of this month, we were down to about 650 homes desert-wide, which is about 2 weeks worth of inventory. And that's really a big driving part of what is making the prices what they are right now.
And is it kind of one of those markets that and we're taking a look at some of the homes that are listed right now with you guys, is this kind of one of those things that if you're a first-time home buyer, it's time to just kind of wait it out and see as well, even if you are local? Should you be buying? Should you be renting? What should you do if you're just not happy where you are?
Those are amazing questions. I think really it's important to work with a trusted local professional, ideally, and to really switch gears and switch expectations. We try to prepare our first-time homebuyers, especially on what is expected in this market and how you can really stand out and be competitive.
Yeah, I like that. So just know that your expectation, it's going to be hard, right?
Yeah,
okay.
It's not easy, but hang in there.
Yeah, there we go. Like you said, a marathon.
Exactly.
Okay. And then if someone is thinking of putting their home on the market, they're like, okay, now's the time. I'm going to do it. But they want to make some upgrades to that home. Do you say, yeah, do it, do this, do that? Or do you say, you know what, hold off, just sell as is because that's the kind of market it is?
I think it's not just one size fits all. I think both of those scenarios are definitely advice that we have given in this past year. But ultimately, a house that's always move-in ready, upgraded, those are the ones that are going to get top dollar even in this market.
Okay, so it's kind of the same as always then, I guess. What are some things that you can invest into your home then? If you think, okay, I do have some money to throw around, I want to increase the price of my home if I do want to put it on a market. What do you see? Kitchens, bathroom, like what should we invest the money in?
I think just really making sure that the house shows very nicely and cleanly, whether that might be like some new carpet or flooring or, some like the kitchen remodel is always a really important aspect of the home too. And a lot of people are really focusing on outdoor space because of the pandemic. People really have made their homes into their sanctuary. So if you can really spruce up your outdoor space, that's always really important too.
All right. Yeah, I was just thinking that too, because I know we hear all these reports being in news, right, about inventory and what people are buying in homes. And I know during the pandemic, we heard people were looking for those yards. And so people like grass, they like desert landscaping. What are you seeing?
Oh, definitely. And pools. Pool homes are definitely really definitely very desirable right now. And especially those homes that can be short-term leased are extremely desirable right now. We're getting a lot of people coming in from out of the area to purchase these properties so that they can live here part-time, rent it part-time. It's like the perfect fusion of a property right now.
Huh, interesting. And are they throwing around cash? Is that what's happening here too?
A lot of cash. That's what makes it a little difficult to compete right now. A lot of cash buyers out there as well.
All right, interesting. And then my other question is if you're thinking like, okay, I don't really like the inventory that's out there right now. There's not a lot either. Should I just build? What's that going to look like?
So new construction is definitely an option, and it's important that you always go to the new construction site with your realtor on your first visit. But even those properties are really long turn times right now. You have to wait a long time for those properties to be ready. But that's definitely an option too, depending on what area you're looking in and what price range you're in as well.
All right, awesome. And then my next question too is a little bit more personal. So you and your two sisters, Sada and Bita, what has been some memorable moments from the past year working in real estate during the pandemic? We've seen it be crazy, but what are some interesting things that have happened this past year for you three?
Probably the most interesting thing is I was pregnant during the pandemic, so that was very interesting to say the least. But on the professional side of things, it was a very, very challenging and different year. But we stuck together, we navigated through the waters, and we're really proud to say that our sister Bita was actually chosen as one of Realtor Magazine's 30 under 30 nationwide. Oh, wow. So that was a huge honor for us, and we were able to make Palm Springs Life top realtor list as well. So very, very proud of those things, and just it was a whirlwind of a year. I can't believe we're finally in 2021, and I'm more than halfway through it.
And are you still busy?
It's still busy. The hyperactivity of the market, it's toning down a little bit, and by that I mean you might not have like 20 offers on a property per se, even though some properties still do. It's toning down just a little bit. There's a lot of buyer fatigue going on, so I would say like the marathon, just stick it, you know, stay in there and keep fighting. And this might be the right opportunity to finally land that property that you've been waiting for.
And how quickly, what's the quickest a home has sold?
Oh, like hours.
Hours.
Yeah, maybe minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay, there we go. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. They are BBS Brokers. I really appreciate it. You saw Max on there, too. He used to work here. So that's how I met you three. So it was so nice to talk real estate with you, because it has been really crazy. So to get some insight.
Thank you, Sarah.
We'll be right back.